So we have this is the quadratic formula, and that is x is equal to minus b plus or minus c square root b squared minus 4ac, and all of that is divided by 2a. Alright, so this is the quadratic formula. And we using this formula, we want to find the solutions for x. Alright, and we have three equations here. Let's jump right in. So our first one is x squared plus 6x plus 8 equals 0. And if you notice in our quadratic formula, we have some letters. We have A here, we have a B, and we have a C. And those three letters or variables, we have to find what those are. And to do that, we're going to look at our equation, x squared plus 6x plus 8. And from that, we're going to find what these three letters are. So the first term we have here is x squared. And what A is the coefficient of this x squared. Alright, so what that simply means is this x squared is an algebraic term and A is the number part of this algebraic term. So we have one x squared there, so A is just 1. Now usually you wouldn't see the 1, you would just see the x squared term. So when you just see the algebraic term with no number in front of it, the coefficient would just be 1. B would be the coefficient of the x term, and we have a 6x, so that would be 6. And C would be the number by itself, or the constant, and that would be 8. Okay? And now that we have our A, we have our B, and we have our C, we can use these and plug them into the equation. So we have x is equals to negative b, and b is 6, plus minus square root. We have b squared, b is 6, so it's going to be 6 squared, minus 4ac, and 4ac means 4 multiplied by a multiplied by c, so it's going to be 4 multiplied by a is 1, and c, which is 8. And all of this is being divided by 2a, and we know that a is 1. Okay, so now we have our formula. We don't need to look at that anymore. Let's see what happens. So what I tell my students is that you always want to work out what is under the square root sign first. So you want to work out this 6 squared minus 4 by 1 by 8. So everything else we're going to write the same, and we're going to work out this, what's under the square root sign. Okay. So 6 squared, which is 6 by 6, that would give you 36. And 4 by 1 by 8 will give you 32. 4 ones are 4, and 4 by 8 is 32. So you're going to have minus 32. Alright? And we can simplify our square roots even more. 36 minus 32, that's going to give you 4. So square root 4. 2 multiplied by 1. Now we can look at the other things we have here. So this negative sign will, I guess you can say, contaminate this 6, which is by default positive because it doesn't have a sign. So this 6 becomes negative 6. And this 2 multiplied by 1, well, that becomes Well, 2 ones are 2. Plus, minus. This square root 4, when we square root 4, we are going to get 2. So, when you square root 4, you're just going to get a 2. And here we have the equation is now x is equals to negative 6 plus or minus 2 divided by 2. Now this is where this plus or minus comes in, because this plus or minus speaks to the 2. And what it's saying is that 2 is plus and 2 is also minus. Or 2 is positive and 2 is also negative. So what we have to do is that we have to split this equation into 2. We got to split it when 2 is positive. So x equals minus 6 plus 2 over 2. And we split it where 2 is negative. Minus 6 minus 2 over 2. So therefore, our solution for this question will have two answers. When we work this out and when we work this out. So we stick an or in between. So negative 6 plus 2, you're going to get negative 4 divided by 2. Or negative 6 minus 2 will be negative 8 divided by 2. You can leave it like that, or you can break it down even further, and you can say x is equals to negative 2, or x is equals to negative 4. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. All right, and so that's our solution. X is equals to negative 2, or x is equals to negative 4. Let's work on another one. Let's work on this one. Let's work on the second one. So we have 12x squared plus 11x plus 2 equals 0. Alright. We have to find our a, b, and c. So our a will be the coefficient of the x squared term, which is 12. B, the coefficient of the x term, which is 11. And c, the number by itself, the constant, which is 2. So now we have our a, we have our b, we have our c. We can use the equation above here and try to plug in some stuff. So our x is equals to negative 11 plus minus square root 11 squared minus 4 by 12, and c is 2. All of this is over 2 multiplied by a is 12. Okay. So again, let's work out under the bracket, under the square root sign, sorry. I'm going to leave everything as it is for now. Let's go. So 11 squared is, I believe it is 121. And then 4 times 12 is 48, and 48 times 2 is 96. Yeah. So then we just have to take away 96 from 21, and you're going to get 25. So plus minus square root 25 to 12. And now we can also work on the rest of the equation, the rest of the formula. So this negative will contaminate this 11 to make it negative 11. Plus minus, the square root of 25 is 5, and 2 by 12 is 24. Alright, so again we have this 5 that has been squared, this 25 that has been square rooted to give us 5, and it is plus or minus, so we have to break it down into two separate formulas. So one where the 5 is positive and divided by 24, and another one when the 5 is negative divided by 24. So you're gonna work this out. You're gonna have what, -6/24, or x is equals to -16/24. You can leave it like this, or you can work it down a bit further, and you're gonna get x is equals to -1, well, -1/4, or x is equals to, we could cancel both of those by 8. You're going to get 2 to -2/3. Okay, so therefore our answer is x is -1/4, or x is equals to -2/3. Okay, now I am going to let you work out this third one on your own. This is 7x squared plus 16x plus 4. Yeah, 4 looks bad. 4 equals 0. So I want you to find A, B, and C. You can pause the video, find A, B, and C. I'm not going to talk through this one. I'm going to talk through this one, but find A, B, and C on your own. Let's see if you get the same answer as I do. So you can pause the video now and work it out. Okay, let's go. So A is 7, B is 16, C is 4. So our equation would be x is equals to -16 plus minus square root of 16 squared minus 4 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 4 divided by 2 multiplied by 7. Looking at the brackets first, we have 16 squared, and 16 squared is 256, minus 4 by 7 by 4, which is what? 4,028 by 4. You would get 112. Alright, and then you divide that by 2 by 7. 112 from 256, that is going to give you 144. 2 by 7. Now we can deal with everything else. This negative will make the 16 -16. Square root of 144 is 12, and 2 sevens are 14. And then we have to split this into two equations where one, the 12 is positive, and another one where the 12 is negative. And then we just solve. So this will be -16 plus 12, which will give you, I believe, -4 over 14, or x is equals to -16 minus 12, which is 28 divided by 14, -28. So x is equals to, you can divide these by 2, -2 over 7, or x is equals to -2. And those are your answers. Alright? So I hope this was able to help you understand how to find the quadratic formula, the solutions for x using the quadratic formula.